Have you ever faced a moment where everything seemed uncertain, and the path before you was shrouded in darkness? What if your next step, the leap you're hesitating to take, is the opening chapter of a divine plan written specifically for you? Friends, imagine, just for a moment, that behind every unknown, God's masterpiece is being crafted for your life. Today, let's embark on a journey together, exploring the profound story of courage and faith as told through the birth of Moses in Exodus 1 to 2:10. This story is not just ancient history. It is an eternal script of human resilience and divine intervention, beckoning to echo its wisdom in our hearts. We begin amidst a backdrop of turmoil, set under the oppressive reign of Pharaoh over the Israelites in Egypt. This harsh reality sets the stage for one of the most extraordinary narratives in the Bible. But as we traverse these powerful verses, let's reflect on the courage required to step into the unknown, a lesson that reverberates as strongly today as it did then. Pharaoh decreed that every born Hebrew son should be cast into the Nile, a pronouncement nothing short of terrifying. Yet, amid despair, a Levite woman bore a son, Moses, and his very birth marked the beginning of a divine disruption. With their backs against the wall, his parents acted with audacious faith, crafting a tiny ark for their baby, setting him afloat on the Nile, entrusting his fate to God's providence. Imagine the courage, the heart of a mother releasing her child to the mercies of a river, a symbolic leap into the vast unknown. This act, driven by faith rather than fear, propels us into the larger narrative, asking us poignant questions. Where in our lives are we called to trust, even when clarity eludes us? Are we ready to place our lives and struggles into the hands of the divine? This poignant moment invites us into introspection. Here we find not a passive surrender, but an active faith. It's a reminder that faith, real and visceral, often demands courage beyond our comfort. The lesson resonates. Faith breaks through conventional boundaries. Faith moves mountains. It parts seas. It heals the impossible. It's an invitation right now for you and me to consider our own Nile. What do we need to release? Where do we need to trust without seeing the entire roadmap? History tied to human experience reminds us that trusting God's plan, while daunting, can lead to the extraordinary. As Moses floats in the Nile, destined for uncertainty but steeped in purpose, Pharaoh's own daughter discovers him. The irony here is divine poetry, God placing the deliverer of Israel right into the heart of the oppressor's kingdom. It paints an indelible picture of how faith uncovers paths that our eyes fail to see, crafting salvation from the very hands of adversaries. Pause and reflect. The birth of Moses is more than an origin story. It heralds the awakening of leadership grounded in faith. Each of us bears potential leadership in our journey, hidden perhaps beneath daily struggles and doubts. Like Moses, we are called to rise from uncertain beginnings to glorious fulfillments. Your unknown today may be your chapter leading to a breakthrough, waiting only on your faith to set it afloat. How can you activate this lesson in your life? Consider what it means to prepare your own basket, taking bold steps rooted in faith, ensuring that in the release, you're sustained by divine purpose rather than fear. What are the waters carrying you toward God's plan, even when uncertainty abounds? Align your heart with trust, for God's handiwork often resides beyond our immediate vision. Let this story loosen fear's grip, encouraging us to rest our burdens in God's creative hands. Nothing is outside his transformational scope, and no situation is beyond his redemptive reach. If Moses' life taught us anything, it is that destiny dances on the precipice of our trust in God. Now, as you draw these spiritual truths into personal reflection, let this tale of faith in action stir a commitment within you to embrace the unknown with confidence. Remember, the God who unfurled Moses' destiny amidst Egypt's oppression is the same who shapes your story amidst today's trials. So embrace this day, step into your unknown, and trust that your every leap is cushioned by a divine plan at work. And so, I invite you today to consider where you might plant a flag of faith in your own life. If you're feeling the stir in your heart, knowing there's a leap you need to take, let your voice be heard. Share with us in the comments below with the phrase, "I believe and wait," to stand as a monument of faith, declaring trust in God's unfolding masterpiece for your life. Thank you for joining me as we ventured through the miraculous beginning of Moses' journey. May your heart be ignited with the courage to explore your own. And remember, the story continues, and so does our exploration of Exodus. Stay tuned as we delve deeper into the wisdom that these biblical narratives have to offer, drawing you closer to the truth and purpose God has for each of us. Until next time, let your faith give you the courage to step boldly into the unknown moments of your life. May the lessons of Moses be not just stories of the past, but living blueprints of hope and trust for us all.